these fans on the Plains are ready for a big-time matchup. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Auburn's offense will go to work first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable.
There he goes. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Fires to the right. Caught near the sideline, it's Singleton. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And a really good job focusing on the catch. A lot of people get lost on their feet and trying to stay in bounds, but did a good job catching the football first and then getting that 1 foot they needed in bounds.
They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Coleman. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pulls it in. It's Frazier. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Now from inside the red zone. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Bringing it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man to the left. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Law. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
You open a drive like that and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking to fire. There's the pressure. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. The sure hands, it's Law. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Kentucky will be forced to punt. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Frazier. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
Caught close to the marker. It's Fields. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Looking downfield on first down. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work in Auburn, Alabama so far, and welcome into the halftime report. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Pat Dye Field in Jordan-Hare.
Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Loose ball squirting all over the place, and it went out of the back of the end zone. That'll be a safety.
And you just have to have better field awareness if you're on offense. They're understanding that A, you're in the offense, and B, where that back line is, David. That is not good news taking a safety.
No, and you want to make a play, and you want to make something happen, but you got to realize where you're at on the field. He doesn't do that, and guess what? Cost his team 2 points.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They go to the ground. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Now the play fake. That's caught. It's Alston. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man downfield. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. Defense was confused, and the head coach uses a timeout. This Auburn offense doing work. They're set up with another 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Coleman. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. And they force a negative play.
Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see him develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. They want that clock to run. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee.